just a bit of patience and elbow grease should do the trick. And beautiful. We have successfully grown a fairy fern. Beautiful, isn't it? Small in stature, but powerful in properties. The telltale sign. And welcome, class. I do apologize for being just a bit late. I was caught up in a very exciting discovery with a fellow professor of an unidentified flora found on the northeast slope. I'm actually just getting a bit ahead of myself. Let's focus on the class at hand. Welcome to 5th year herbology. You, as 5th year students, are no doubt keen and adept at your herbology knowledge and skills. And as a 5th year student, this is the year that you get to delve into the most fascinating of studies, the advanced courses, or the extracurricular plant activities. I know, I can hardly contain it myself. So if you would, please pull out your herbology textbooks and turn to page 7553. I'll give everyone just a brief moment to get to the proper page before we begin. Aside from your textbooks, I can assume that all students have acquired the appropriate materials from Hogsmeade prior to starting the school year. Good. It looks like your 5th year status is well deserved. So the items that we will need for today's class are, of course, the elixir that you acquired in Hogsmeade. This is the rapid growth elixir. This will be important for ensuring that a quick growth cycle is observed and will aid me in teaching about planting, watering, and growth of each and every plant. The other item in which you will surely need is your enchanted seed jar. We will go over the details on how to, of course, operate such a wonderfully magical item, but for slightly later in class. And there will be a quiz later at the end of the lesson, so please stay attentive and focused. Now, without further ado, please, class students, now that you are at the proper page in your herbology textbook, please find your nearest empty planter, place it on the table before you, and prepare to begin. Good, good. Right. A used planter will do just fine. Are you having any difficulties finding everything? Perfect. Well, the planter should stay directly in front of your body. It's important to keep it square and very, very stable. Now that we have the planter before us and ready to be filled to the brim with possibilities, I would like you to consult the textbook before you and read the title, which should excite each and every one of you as much as it does myself. The title of this chapter, of course, is Specialty Seeds and Plants. I know, try to contain yourself. The first plant that we are going to be working with today is a very special one indeed, and it is the lily leaf. That's right. Now, can anyone here in class tell me what potion a lily leaf would be used for primarily? Anyone? Anyone in the back? No, you. Up front, I love to see an eager mind ready to learn and converse. That's right. A lily leaf potion is perfect for brewing a teardrop potion. Now, a teardrop potion will bring tears to the eyes of the drinker in a matter of moments. So, whether you would like to invoke a bit of emotion yourself or bring someone else to tears, the teardrop potion is perfect for said situation. Now, for the teardrop potion, the most important ingredient is indeed lily leaf. So, we need to now consult our enchanted seed jar. Now, everyone please pick up your seed jar like so. one hand firmly on the bottom of the jar and the other hand firmly on the cork. We would not want to drop or spill any of the enchanted seeds inside, of course. Now, can anyone tell me what is so special about the enchanted seed jar? They're in the back. Excellent. Again, fifth-year students are simply my favorite of all of these students, so filled with knowledge and eager to show it. Excellent. Points for Gryffindor, once again. Now, the enchanted seed jar is special and the right tool for every witch or wizard who studies herbology. It is simply due to the fact that it can be used for each and every seed that you might be in need of. One must simply shake the seeds inside and produce the magic. So, please pick up your jars, hand firmly on the bottom of the jar, hand firmly on the cork, and let's begin. Just a bit of patience and elbow grease should do the trick. Please maintain proper form, elbows out, consistent cadence. Perfect. Should take just a moment. Continue to shake the jar until the resonation of the magic is complete. And that should do it. Now simply uncork your jars, place the cork like so, and the first seed that you withdraw from your jar should be the one. Now, we then simply take just a pinch of dirt, no more than a pinch, inside the planter, the seed, like so. That's all it should take. Always remember to recork your jar. We would hate to have a spill of such valuable magical items. Now, the next item that we are going to need is the rapid growth elixir. Once again, just a few shakes should do the trick. Ensure that you do have a firm grip on the top of the cork. And mix the elixir like so. Come now, all students, please mix your elixirs. We would hate to have a foul plant grow this evening. Perfect. Uncork the elixir and but a drop. Recork your elixir, and now is the time. Now, all we must do to finish the growth process is a quick and decisive snap. Ready? And let's begin. And just like so, the magic of herbology before you. We have a beautifully grown lily leaf plant. I do unfortunately see some students in the back have struggled following instructions and have indeed grown a foul plant. So please take your planters, empty them into the receptacle beside your desk, and begin again. For the rest of you, including you up front, well done. Congratulations, you have grown your first and very, very useful lily leaf. Now, as you can see, the lily leaf is known for its beautifully royal purple flowers, a long stem, and a narrow leaf. The leaves, of course, are used for the potion-making process. Now, one must really admire the growth of a lily leaf. It's one of the more beautiful plants that a fifth year can grow in the specialty plant chapter, and one of my personal favorites, although the potion that it's used to brew is not one that I find particularly useful, but the plants are really my main passion. If you are indeed interested in the potion side of things, please do see potions class. Now, back to the plant at hand. Such a beautiful specimen, is it not? I see we do have some rather large lily leaves there. Well done, well done. Perfect. All right. Well, do we have any questions about the lily leaf growth process? Should be fairly standard to any fifth-year student. All right, well, please place your lily leaves to the side and ready a secondary empty planter. Excellent. Just a brief moment. Now that we have broken the ice and grown our first plant this evening, we can really get to work and get that learning flowing and effortlessly moving amongst the class. Ready your second planter as soon as you can. All right, class, planters at the ready. Now, the second plant that we are privileged to be working with this evening is indeed the fairy fern. Can anyone tell me what properties a fairy fern is well known for? A bit surprised that no one knew that one. A fairy fern is capable of producing potions that combat anxiety. Now, for fifth-year students, that is, like yourselves, anxiety can be a crippling effect of exams and graduation, things like that. So, a fairy fern might just be a perfect plant for our year. Now, ready the dirt, just a pinch like before. A pinch is all that we will need. And your enchanted seeds, once again, a quick shake. Maintain form, elbows out. Excellent, and the cork. Your seed should present itself, and in the planter. Don't forget to cork the jars. The elixir, a quick shake and stir. Uncork. And just a drop. There we are. Cork placed. And we are ready. Once again, a firm and decisive snap. We are all ready, I can assume. All right, prepare to be amazed. Begin. And beautiful. We have successfully grown a fairy fern. Beautiful, isn't it? Small in stature, but powerful in properties. The telltale sign of a powerful herbology plant. Is there anyone who struggled? It looks like we all successfully grew a fairy fern this time. It looks like those Slytherin in the back have learned the lesson of speed and rushing through the process. Now, the fairy fern, of course, the stem is used in the potion brewing process, but for this instance, we are going to preserve the integrity of the plant and spare it the unnecessary trauma of plucking a stem. Any questions over fairy fern? Excellent, a very attentive class. Now, please set your fairy fern to the side and prepare a third empty planter. Here we are. And now, the next plant that I am so excited to show you this evening is indeed the remroot. Now, I know some of you Ravenclaw will be very familiar with the remroot. I know Hogsmeade is famous for selling them to Ravenclaw fifth-year students. Now, can any of you Ravenclaw tell me what a remroot might be used for in the brewing of potions? Right, the Rem potion. The Rem potion is adept at creating dreamless sleep for the user. So any of you students who stay up late studying and fretting over your schoolwork, you need a restful sleep that is not interrupted by nightmares or dreams. So a Rem potion might just be the perfect thing to do the trick. So for that case, we will plant a Rem root. Ready your dirt. And a simple pinch. The seed process, you are all catching on. Excellent. A quick few shakes should do the trick. And there we are. Remove the cork. and find your remroot seed. Always recork your jar. Seed at the ready and in the planter. The rapid growth elixir. Quick stir. Perfect. Uncork the bottle and 1 drop at the ready. And begin. That is all that will be required. And are you ready to witness the growth of the remroot? Excellent. And a quick and decisive snap. Begin. And we have a remroot before us. Such a beautiful plant. Subtle and dark green leaves. The remroot, of course, in the name, the root is primarily used for the potion making, but the plant itself is quite exquisite. Notice the slightly flowering and drooping leaves. These are beautiful next to walkways or slightly shaded areas. It's not wise to put a remroot plant in direct full sun, but if indeed you need to, then I would suggest a cloud charm overhead to protect it from the rays. Any questions about growing or utilizing the seed of a remroot plant? Yes, Hufflepuff there. That is correct. We are accustomed to seeing remroot growing along the windows of the Hufflepuff common room in the garden. Very well said, and an excellent point. 5 points to Hufflepuff. Now, Slytherin, if indeed you would like points for your house, please pay attention and avoid mistakes. Now, please place your remroot and your fairy fern to the side. Last empty planter for the class at the ready. This is the last plant that I'm going to show you this evening, and is indeed the tiger tail. Ah, yes, I know some of you are familiar with this one. It is quite beautiful and quite popular for those Valentine's Day gifts. Excellent. All right. Well, planters at the ready. Now, the dirt. I almost got ahead of myself and got the seeds. That would have been such a humorous mistake. Dirt in the planter, and now the seed. Just a brief shake. The tiger tail is a very aggressive plant, so the seed sometimes requires just a bit more of a shake. Consistent cadence is key. Excellent. And ready the cork. Procure your seed. As always, details are important. Recork and seed at the ready. And in the planter. Rapid growth elixir, a brief mix. Uncork. A single drop. And recork. Are you ready, class, for the magic of a tiger tail growth? Excellent. Ready your snaps. And begin. And there you have it. The beautiful, the exquisite, the exotic tiger tail. Now, that we have grown a very beautiful tiger tail plant, can any eager students tell me what we would use a tiger tail for in our potion making class? That's right. The exterior of the tiger tail is a bit misleading, though it looks exotic and exciting, or a bit showy, or chauvinistic, if you will. The tiger tail is actually quite a comforting plant, and will create an effect of being enveloped in a warm blanket. So some of you Slytherin, I know, like to make use of tiger tail in the Slytherin dungeon common room, due to the tendency of the common room becoming quite drafty and cold. The feeling of a nice warm snug blanket around you can be quite relaxing and pair well with the dreamless sleep of a remroot plant. So the tiger tail plant is quite a popular choice for getting those restful sleeps or relaxing day or night. Any questions about tiger tail? Excellent. Well, I must say, I've been quite impressed with this class. Let's go ahead and arrange the plants in which we have grown this evening. Please keep all 4 plants in front of you so that I can see your progress. It looks like most of us have completed all 4 growths correctly and without mistake. It even looks like you 2 Slytherin students have successfully regrown your lilywhip plant. 5 points to Slytherin for perseverance. Excellently done. I have very much enjoyed this class this evening, and please, students, feel free to take any of the plants that you've grown this evening. There will be many more growing days ahead of you and many opportunities to flourish for, if you will, in this class. So thank you so much for staying attentive. Please see me after class if you have any questions or thoughts on today's lesson, and please enjoy the rest of your classes this evening. Take care. Take care. Oh, yes, come on up. Oh, that's a great point, actually. Well, the lilywhip plant is actually, let me just show you, it's a